The Moonlight Princess. Once upon a time, in a distant land, there was a beautiful kingdom called the Moonlight Kingdom. In this kingdom lived a young girl named Lila, who had lost her mother at a very young age. Lila's father was one of the best craftsmen in the kingdom. After her mother's death, her father remarried, bringing her stepmother Helena and her two daughters, Clara and Beatrice, into Lila's life. Helena and her daughters were not kind to Lila. She did all the housework and served them tirelessly, while her stepmother and stepsisters wore beautiful dresses and attended grand balls. Lila wore old, ragged clothes. Despite this, Lila remained patient and optimistic, drawing strength from a small jewelry box and memories of her mother. One day, it was announced that a grand ball would be held in the Moonlight Kingdom. This ball was to celebrate Princess Aurora's coronation, and everyone in the kingdom was invited. Princess Aurora wanted to meet her people and choose the future king or queen. The news excited everyone in the kingdom. Helena and her daughters began preparing for the ball. Lila wanted to go too, but Helena forbade her and gave her more chores to do. On the night of the ball, Helena and her daughters, dressed in splendid gowns, left for the palace. Lila, with tears in her eyes, sat in the garden, gazing at the stars and dreaming of going to the ball. Just then, a bright light appeared in the sky. As the light approached, a fairy emerged. This fairy was the good fairy Rosa, Lila's mother's best friend. Seeing the sadness in Lila's heart, Fairy Rosa decided to help her. With a wave of her magic wand, she created a magnificent dress, delicate glass slippers, and a grand carriage for Lila. Overwhelmed with joy, Lila thanked the fairy. However, Fairy Rosa reminded her that the magic would only last until midnight, and she must leave the palace before then. Lila, filled with gratitude, headed to the palace. Upon her arrival, everyone was captivated by her beauty. Princess Aurora was immediately drawn to Lila and wanted to talk to her. Lila and Aurora danced and talked throughout the night. Lila had never been so happy in her life, but as midnight approached, she remembered Fairy Rosa's warning and had to leave the palace. As she ran, she lost one of her glass slippers but couldn't stop to retrieve it. The next day, Princess Aurora decided to find the mysterious girl she had met at the ball. She sent messengers throughout the kingdom, carrying the glass slipper to find its owner. Eventually, they arrived at Lila's house. Helena and her daughters tried on the slipper, but it did not fit. When Lila wanted to try it on, her stepmother tried to stop her, but the messengers allowed it. The glass slipper fit Lila perfectly, and everyone realized she was the girl from the ball. Lila was taken to Princess Aurora, who chose her to be the future queen. Lila's kindness and patience had finally brought her the happiness she deserved. Her stepmother and stepsisters regretted their actions and apologized to Lila. She forgave them, and they all lived together happily. Under Lila's rule, the Moonlight Kingdom flourished in peace and harmony. And Lila, always carrying her mother's teachings and Fairy Rosa's magical touch in her heart, ruled the kingdom with justice and grace. The end.